Hey, what's up? It's Ben here. As promised, here's my review of my individual account on Webull. I did end up spending a couple of thousands of dollars on a few stocks, but it's just recent, so I hope you guys don't get mad for not telling you. But anyway, this is not investment advice at all. It's just for entertainment purposes, so you can see what I'm doing. By the way, for some, this might seem like a large account, and for some, it might seem like a small account. Sometimes it's not about the size that matters, but the quality of it and the risk you're willing to take. And like I said, as always, don't just blindly invest and dump it all into stocks. Spread out your investments if you can. But anyway, I'll be giving you a brief rundown as to why I purchased a stock and what I'm doing with them in the future. I do have a Roth IRA account as well, but I'll go over that sometime in the future if you like. Since next year, I can start making another contribution into it and upping my buying power. So first things first, take a gander of what I currently have. My latest additions are Xpeng, Palantir, Vanguard S&P 500 Growth ETF, and Pinterest. So why did I decide to invest in Xpeng? For those of you who don't know, Xpeng is an electric vehicle company in China. And yes, this is a Chinese company, and there's talks about the US going to delist Chinese companies, but talks like this have been going around for a while. It's going to be years for that to happen if it does happen, so I might as well just stock up on some EV stocks when prices are down. Xpeng car prices are more affordable to the general public in China, catering to the lower end of the market when it's compared to NIO, and that's another electric vehicle company that I have in my portfolio. The reason why I'm buying into them is because their financials look good for a new company like them. Plus, they are already getting to expand overseas to Europe. Since this is a growth stock, their stock price is going to be going up and down like a roller coaster, and a majority of the growth stocks that I have is like that. Plus, on this investment, I'm hoping that they'll do good in the foreign markets, so then their stock price can easily double, and this is the risk that I'm willing to take. Up next, I have Palantir. Palantir is a tech company that specializes in big data, and I believe it's the future. The company uses its software to predict future outcomes of certain products, services, securities, and even threats. They have huge government contracts, and because of this, they're not going to go under anytime soon. It's just a matter of time from them to 5x from now. I believe over time, more and more larger companies will start using them since they have companies like Fiat Chrysler, Airbus, and BP already using them. Currently, their profitability isn't looking too bright, but their revenue is growing. Up next, I have VOOG, and that's the Vanguard S&P 500 Growth ETF. Since this is more like a growth portfolio, I gotta have a growth ETF just to be on the safe side. This ETF basically tracks the large cap growth stocks within the S&P 500. And they're tech heavy, about 44% tech heavy, and here's their top 10 largest holdings if you're interested. Up next, I have Pinterest. They are a social media platform where people can post pictures on there and direct its users to their links. Users can either do this to sell a product, service, or provide information to other users like cooking recipes. My play on this is that someone is going to acquire them. I'm going to give it 2 or 3 years, and I hope it happens. They are one of the largest social media companies in the United States. They have millions of monthly active users, and not surprisingly, their audience base is mainly female with high income profile. As for the revenue, they have been increasing that every year so far, but that doesn't make them perfect. They still have room to grow, and I'm just going to give them some time to do its thing. Next, I have NIO. I've talked about it on this channel within a few of my videos, and if you've been following me on TikTok, you know that I like NIO. Again, they are a Chinese EV company, mostly in the luxury car market. Their main feature is the swappable battery. The main reason why I think they could be a major player in China is because the government supports them. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes to swap in a fully charged battery instead of actually going to a charging station and waiting about 30 minutes to charge a car. China has a lot of people and cars in general. If it takes about 30 minutes to charge a car, it's going to bog the entire charging station. Plus, China is building upwards, and it's not like in the United States where you can just park your car in the garage and charge it overnight. If people want to charge their car overnight, most likely they'll have to pay it at the station. They aren't going to park their cars up there in the 50th floor to charge it. I'm bullish in them in the long run, so that's why I'm still holding on to them even at 100% return on my portfolio. Next, I have Square. They are a fintech company. They are mainly known for processing digital payment, like for small businesses and such. But did you know that they have a whole new ecosystem for Cash App? Yes, they own Cash App. It's basically like a PayPal, online banking, investing, crypto, you name it. It's all within the same ecosystem. They have so much room to grow, and because of this, their stock price has been going up in the past few months. At first, I bought a couple of shares at $180, and when their stock price began to dip to $140, I slowly bought in more. Now my cost basis is about $157. Again, I do show when I buy and sell my stocks, so then you can just follow me and see if I make anything or not, just for fun of course. Next I have Apple. Apple is like its own thing now. I probably won't ever sell Apple, maybe when I retire or who knows. I love Apple because I have many products from them, plus they have so much cash on hand that it's crazy. Now they want to tap into making cars. Now imagine an Apple and Tesla car. Apple's products are getting pricier every year and people still buy into them, and because of this, I'm in on Apple. Their financials look good short and long term, so yeah. Now let's talk about Tesla. For those of you who don't know, Tesla is more than just a car company. They make money storing power, they make money with solar panels, they make money selling insurance, and they make money selling their own merch. But its most hyped up future product would be autonomous driving, getting full automation. Once they achieve that, Uber, Lyft, and Taxi will be going out of business. But of course, this is going to take years to achieve, and because of this, I'm bullish of them in the long run. As for Coca-Cola, I just got this as one of my free stocks, and speaking of free stocks, Webull is doing a promotion where if you sign up and deposit $100, you can have the opportunity to get some free stocks, and this could be valued up to $1,600. And if you're curious, you can just check it out. Link is down below. Maybe you'll get a free stock like Coca-Cola as well. Who knows? And lastly, I have AT&T. Normally, I would put AT&T stocks inside my Roth IRA because it gives me a 7% dividend yield. But I couldn't since I wanted to trade options. The reason why you see 100 shares of it is because I wanted to do a cover call to make some passive income on the side. And I did make some money out of it since my trade didn't execute. Doing a cover call is probably the safest options trades I could do because there's no losing for me. Whether the stock goes up or down, I make money. But please do your own research first if you want to get into option trading since it's risky. So to wrap it up, my entire portfolio is up $3,000, having it only for a couple of months now, and only invested about $15,000 or so into it. I still have about $7,000 for my cash balance, and I'm hoping to be more consistent on buying more and giving you more updates on what I'm buying and selling in the future. So if you like this update, make sure to give it a like and maybe consider subscribing for more weekly uploads, and I'll catch you all later.